Okay, so today we're going to be continuing with The Last of Us. Last time, I don't know, go watch it. We're going to be watching 2 episodes today, the second and the third, just because I feel like I can't get like an actual grasp for how I feel without watching like more than one episode. Actually, like really excited. Everyone is saying that the third episode is like the best one so far, so let's hope and pray and believe that it's gonna be even better than the first one. Ooh, Indonesia. Are we doing another cold open? I hope they do one for like every single episode, because that would be like a really interesting way to look into the snapshots of history of like how this all began, like really getting to see the history of it beyond just like, yeah, 20 years ago, some shit happened. Oh my god, imagine if we got a cold open of Joel and Tommy being basically raiders. Were they raiders? Like, you know, the way that they were during the 20 years. Like, that has been such a requested DLC for The Last of Us, like just getting to play as or see Joel and Tommy doing all of these horrible things that they allude to in the game. So like, imagine if they did a cold open of that. That would be fucking fantastic.
Apakah saya ada berbuat suatu kesalahan?
Tidak, tentu saja tidak.
I think it's great that they're having them actually speak in their own language. A lot of the time in segments like this where they would take place in a country that doesn't speak English, just because the show is an English show, it would have to happen in English. And it's always been like a little pet peeve of mine. Like, it's not that hard to read subtitles, you know? Well, maybe I shouldn't say that. I feel like a lot of it just has to do with like people, oh, I don't want to read the blah blah, you know, rather than like actually having an inability to do so.
Anda Bu Ratna, Profesor Mycology.
Ooh, so they're bringing her in to like study what's going on with cordyceps and the infection. I wonder why it's starting in Indonesia specifically. Is this like patient 0 that we're seeing right now? Oh my fucking god. That is fucking disgusting. No, I'm sorry. I don't do body horror stuff. I don't do like weird things popping out of shit and like mold growing under the skin. I don't do this. I don't like this. This is gross and uncomfortable. They need to stop. They need to stop. They need to stop. I'm tired of seeing the shit come out of the mouth. I don't want to see that. That is so fucking gross. Like, it's fucking disgusting. It literally makes my skin crawl, which I guess is the point. But like, they really took this to the next level of like, let's make this a horror show. Like, let's actually make this scary. Like, stop it.
Di mana?
Di pabrik tepung dan gabah di barat kota.
Oh! Okay, in the first episode, Sarah was like, oh, you forgot to get pancake mix. Later, when he came home that night, it was like, oh, you didn't get a cake. What does pancake mix and cake both have in common? They both have flour. So is that how they avoided getting sick? Oh my god, and the old lady, she was like eating biscuits. Like when they went out to see the neighbors, the dude was like feeding her biscuits. And then they made cookies, which Sarah didn't eat because they had raisins in them. And then Joel was also like, oh, I'm on Atkins, which I did a little looking, and that is apparently like a no carb diet. Like, so that was some good foreshadowing. They set that up really nicely.
Siapa yang menggigit perempuan itu, Pak?
Kami tidak tahu, Ibu.
We really don't know who patient 0 is. Like, it's already too late, basically. This is like such a scary exploration of like exponential spreads of diseases, because like someone bit her, they don't know who bit her, so they could have bitten a million other people by now. She bit 3 other people. If those 3 other people had not been apprehended, they could have just gone home and bit another 3 people, and those 3 people would have been another 3 people, and it's just this ever expanding thing. So it's already too late. It's already too late.
You need to stop talking about this kid like she's got some kind of life in front of her.
I mean, technically she does. Like, for all they know, she does. Marlene had some kind of plan in place for her. So I don't know why Joel's being so resistant. Well, I mean, we know why Joel's being resistant. This is a little girl, and he had a little girl, and he doesn't want to fuck around with little girls anymore. But, like, still, do you want to find your brother or not, you know?
We've heard this a million times. Vaccines, miracle cures. None of it works, ever.
Fuck you, man.
Arguably, this probably could work, right? Because it's like, she's not infected. Like, how many times have you come across across a person who has actually been bitten and not changed. You haven't heard that a million times. You haven't seen that a million times. This is real. Like, she's real. Also, it's kind of funny and ironic, like, knowing how this story plays out. It's funny to hear him say, like, oh, this is never gonna work. There's never gonna be a cure. We've heard this a million times, when he later becomes the reason that there is not a cure. Oh, a giraffe! Is that supposed to foreshadow when we see giraffes later? I hope to the Lord that they kept that in. Oh my god, if they didn't keep in the scene with the giraffes, I'm going to cry.
Nobody's gonna be coming after you, right? Like mom, dad, boyfriend.
I'm an orphan, and no.
Haha, haha, do you get it? It's foreshadowing, because she's a lesbian. There's ducks! And they're all women! Yes! Women can survive anything. I do wonder, though, like, how animals were affected by this outbreak. They never talk about how animals get affected by, like, zombie outbreaks, you know? And I would love to know if an animal could even get infected.
How do you even know what this is?
Have you heard of books?
She's so fucking mean.
Going in
Like,
there? Come on, it wasn't that bad.
You try climbing 10 fucking floors with our knees. See how you feel.
finally, the first mention of the fact that they are in their 50s. Like, they are in their 50s. I hate to tell you this, but without, like, the creature comforts of modern living, I don't know that someone in their 50s would have an easy time at life. Like, there's a reason that the life expectancy, like, back in the day before we had, like, elevators and shit, like, people did not live that long because it was too difficult. Your body just starts to give out. Like, once you get past, like, 25 or something, that's when your body stops, like, being okay, basically. That's when you start to gradually lose things. And then with each decade you live, you lose something else. So if ever you get hurt, which I'm assuming they get hurt a lot, they live in a post-apocalyptic world, you're not gonna heal the same way. You're not gonna be all right. Your back is gonna get fucked up. You're gonna get some kind of arthritis. Like, I don't know how the fuck they are okay and, like, able to go on their mystical adventures, but I mean, God has blessed them.
Where'd you learn to do that?
The circus.
She's so funny. Like, she is so fucking funny. I'll be honest, at first I wasn't sure if Bella Ramsey could, like, pull off Ellie Snark. But the thing is, there's something to be said about different actors portraying things in different ways. And I think that while she's not doing, like, Ashley Johnson's Ellie, she is doing Bella Ramsey's Ellie. And I think it's just as good and just as funny, you know?
What about Tess?
Detroit. It's in Michigan.
I go to school. I know where Detroit is.
Really? I did not learn that in school. Why did they just randomly teach you that Detroit is in Michigan? That's such a random fact. I didn't know that Detroit was in Michigan until Detroit Become Human. Literally until Detroit Become Human. I had no idea where Detroit was. I just knew it was a city and I knew Michigan was a state, but I didn't know that they were at all related. Why are all of these chairs so vibrantly green? How are any of these glasses unshattered? It's been 20 years. This city was bombed. Like, what? Wait. Didn't they just say, I'm eating Lucky Charms, don't even try me. They're so fucking good and I haven't eaten today. Didn't they just say that if you step on a thread of the cordyceps mushroomy thing, it'll alert the others where you are? Why would he immediately go in and start whacking at that? Like, is that not gonna tell them where they are? Wow, that was really convenient. That, like, the second they walk through the door, that's when the roof decides to collapse. Oh my god, we're finally gonna get to see an infected. Ooh, it looks so good, it looks so good. I can't believe they did practical effects for this. Like, it's fucking fabulous. The fact that it's like an actual person with that shit growing out of their head, running at you, like, that's terrifying. That's so scary.
You fucking kidding me? I mean, if it was gonna happen to one of us.
Haha, that's funny. Do you get it? Foreshadowing because Tess got bit too. Haha.
Maybe the first bite didn't take.
But what about the sex?
How about you just take the good news?
Yeah, tell him, Tess, because he's getting on my nerves too. Like, Joel, how much more proof do you need? Her bite has healed, and now she's been bitten again and she's fine. Like, just leave it alone. And with that, you can already see, like, the difference between Tess and Ellie right now. Like, Ellie just got bit for the second time, and Tess is already, like, more aggressive, more finicky, walking so far ahead of them, like she doesn't want to be near them. The bite takes effect quickly. So the fact that Joel is still in so much denial about it is just like, I mean, I guess he doesn't know about Tess right now, but he's about to.
Show me.
Whoa, he did not just flinch. That's your boo, Joel. What? So now the threads are suddenly alive? What? What is the difference between a thread that's alive and a thread that isn't alive? Gray and crusty, then it's dead, but if it's like vibrant, then it's not? It seems counterintuitive to the fungus's like agenda, right? Wait, doesn't she have a gun? Can't she just like shoot it or something? If she shot a grenade right now, everything would go up for sure. Or if she just took a thing out of the grenade. Why does she need to do a... With the things coming out of the fucking mouth once again, that's so gross. No. Ew! Come on, Tess. Yeah! She did the thing that she didn't even need to do in the first place. Seeing her die by way of like a really fucked up kiss sort of thing. I feel like they're playing with like both sides of the extreme. Like that was a horrific situation. But like the fact that he didn't approach her in a violent way, he approached her almost like tenderly and like indoctrinated her almost like into their hive mind fungus shit. I don't know. It's almost like a beautiful moment, but it's so horrifying when you like really understand what's going on. Like she's standing there like, oh my god, I'm being murdered. Honestly, I was kind of wondering as we were going through, like, how is Fedra gonna end up finding them? How is Fedra gonna get all the way out here? How is any of that gonna happen, right? So the fact that it wasn't Fedra, it was infected, it does make more sense. And I think it was a nice change. It lent itself to a more like poetic justice kind of way in Tess's death, rather than us just like not even seeing her die, just hearing the gunshots and then seeing her dead body from afar. Is this Smeagol getting out the one ring? Wait, it wasn't even Smeagol, it was Deagle. It was Deagle who reached into the thingy and got out the thingamabob.
Nobody made you go along with this plan. You needed a truck battery or whatever, and you made a choice.
True. You tell him, Ellie. But also, would she really be saying this if she didn't feel a little bit guilty? Like, I feel like if he were more receptive, she would apologize, which is clearly what he wants to hear, even if he won't say it. But it really isn't her fault. Like, they chose to do this and they didn't have to. Why would a Cumberland Farms have a little hatch under their building? Like, what is that for? Oh, she found some tampons? That's cool that they included that. They never, ever, ever talk about, like, how women deal with their periods during, like, an apocalyptic situation. Obviously, you would have to go back to, like, the old way of just shoving stuff into your underwear to hope that it blocks the flow. But, like, I'm on my period this very moment as I speak, and I would die. Well, I would die from a lot of factors, but then the second I get my period, I would die for real. Because, like, what would I do? First of all, it hurts. Second, I don't even have any pads. And you can't even use pads. You would have to use tampons because you're running around all the time. Oh my fucking god, that is terrifying. Is this like a basement? Or like what is this structure under the Cumberland Farms? Jesus Christ, can they stop showing me the fucking mold growing under their skin? I don't want to see it. Damn. Ellie's a sadist, okay. I mean, we knew. Stop showing me that, God.
Oh, you're just gonna leave it there.
No.
Why, though? Like, she needs a gun. She needs to defend herself somehow, right?
There were certain brands of food that were sold everywhere, all across the country, across the world. Bread, cereal, pancake mix.
So it was the pancake mix that saved them. I was really trash-talking Joel. I was like, he needs to make himself a to-do list, but apparently, no, he doesn't. Fuck time management if it keeps you alive.
Friday night, September 26, 2003.
So his birthday is September 26th? What did you get for your birthday? An apocalypse. and a dead daughter.
Told you you were going to a QZ, and you were. If there was room.
Well, why would they take you if there wasn't room? Like, why not just leave you there? If the entirety of civilization has already collapsed within like 3 days, I think don't worry about it. Like, just leave them where they are, right? Like, you don't have to kill a bunch of people that aren't even sick. Oh no, a child skull! That's always sad, isn't it? It was a baby! Why would you kill a baby? Why would you ever kill a baby? That is a fucking infant child. Like, what? There wasn't enough room for a baby in your quarantine zone? Like, I know babies take a lot of resources, but like, that's a baby. You're gonna kill a baby? I'm sorry, that doesn't make sense, Fedra. Wouldn't you rather take the child and raise them into your new society that you're gonna create? Is this Bill?
I'm not infected.
Murray Bartlett! I recognize that Australian accent anywhere.
I thought about lying for some reason, but the reason didn't come.
Oh wait, they're making him do an American accent? Why? Like, let him be Australian. I guess they would have to like try to explain like how an Australian got to Massachusetts.
How'd you get that?
How does he have a scanner? Did he go into a QZ and steal that?
First, my name's Frank.
Oh, yeah? Here's the thing, Frank.
I'm fucking thrilled that they decided to expand upon this story. Obviously, we know there's gonna be some homophobes that are not into it, but like, in the game, they pretty much explicitly say, like, yeah, they were romantic partners, and then he ran off and died. And then you read the letter that Frank left him, and it goes even more into it. So the opportunity to expand upon this is one that they really can't miss, right? Which makes me feel kind of scared, because like, the way that it ended, like, Frank ran off on him and was like, oh, I hate you, and their relationship like degraded over time. So I'm scared. I'm very scared. He looks so threatened. Like, I mean, I guess I would feel threatened too. Like, he let a complete stranger into his home and let him take a shower and gave him clothes and stuff. Like, he's really doing the most for this man that he just met. I guess that's how you know you're hard up, right? Yeah, it is pretty amazing that he's making these gourmet meals after an apocalypse. Like, it's been 4 years and he still has livestock for meat, agriculture established, gas for his stove. Like, he still has all of this stuff after 4 years. Part of me is like, how plausible is that? How plausible is it that he could keep up his plumbing and basically a whole ranch and farm all on his own? But like, if he planned for this, if he was like a culty doomsday fucker type of guy, like, I guess it does make sense.
A man who knows to pair rabbit with a Beaujolais.
I know I don't seem like the type.
No, you do.
Oh, is that a little flirt? I'm so scared. I feel like this is gonna turn like really crazy manipulative really quickly. Just knowing how things turn out with Frank. I mean, you never know. They could change it. But like, in Frank's mind, he's probably thinking right now, like, okay, this man can cook. He has a whole sustainable town. He has wine. He has hot water. Like, this is a pretty cushy place for him to be right now. So he's probably thinking like, what do I have to do to stay here, you know? He's obviously gonna like manipulate him into staying somehow. I'm just scared. I'm scared. I'm scared for you, Bill.
Love will abide.
Ooh, he's playing it in a minor, in a somber tune.
So, who's the girl?
Oh, you think you're slick?
saying
You think you're slick, Frank? I know. Honestly, gay people have a language. Like, we just have a different way of talking to each other to root out the simplest of information. Are you gay? Yes or no? Like, we could ask that question in a million different ways and get the point across. Frank thinks he's slick as fuck, but no. No.
There is no girl.
That's basically saying, yes, I am gay. I will be your homosexual translator any day you like.
I know.
I know. The fact that he said I know. Like, I feel like a lot of the time with gay people, it's like you either know immediately or you just have no idea. Or you're like kind of sure, but like you can't ask, because if you ask someone if they're gay, that's considered rude. That's why you have to ask in like all these random like roundabout ways. The fact that he just said I know. Like, he has a strong gaydar. I mean, the best of us do. Is he going in for a kiss? Dude. They both have such thick beards. Like, they're gonna get cold sores from that shit. Is he crying? Why is he crying?
Go take a shower, Bill.
Yeah, bitch, you stink. Like, how are you gonna make out with somebody and then be like, you know what, go take a shower? Like, I guess he's telling him, like, clean up for the deed, but, like, that's so rude. I don't understand why he's crying. I don't understand why he's crying, and it's making me really fucking uncomfortable. Like, why is he crying? Like, was the song really that moving for him? Like, it was good, but it was, like, cry-worthy? Like, cry while kissing somebody worthy? Really? Okay. Oh, he's naked in the bed? Oh my god! Oh, I'm sorry. I have to. Like, Murray Bartlett is such a handsome man. Like, look at his arms. Look at his pecs. Look at his belly. Like, let's move on. Oh, he looks so scared. Oh, is he gonna... I feel very uncomfortable. Like, they're doing a really good job setting, like, the intimate tone of this to the point where I'm like, this is a very private and intimate moment. Like, I don't want to watch this. A lot of the time with sex scenes and makeout scenes and all of that, they do it in such a way that it feels like it's meant to be performed. Almost like it's supposed to be, like, pornographic in nature rather than, like, an intimate moment between lovers. But with this, I feel like I don't need to see it. Like, this is not supposed to be seen. This is something between just the two of them.
So if I do this, I'm gonna stay for a few more days.
Oh, he got you. He got you, Bill. Honestly, what would he do if Bill said no? Like, no, you can't stay. Would he get out of the bed? I mean, he did just say, I'm not a whore, but, like, I don't know. Like, he's got his claws in Bill right now.
Oh, fuck you!
3 years later? Dude, what? Why?
You live in a psycho bunker where 9/11 was an inside job and the government are all Nazis.
The government are all Nazis!
Well, yeah, now, but not then.
And this doesn't feel like a real argument between, like, two people who are actually in love. Like, I don't know what does. I think the fallacy about, like, love and relationships and any type of romance is that it's supposed to be, like, that initial stage one of, like, everything's peachy and you fuck all the time if you're into that. And, like, if you do have a fight, like, you make up within, like, a week or all that type of stuff. But in reality, if you're gonna be with someone for a really long time, it really has nothing to do with romance anymore. It has to do with being able to withstand each other, basically. Having that person be an integral part of your life. You're gonna fight, you're gonna have bad moments, and whether or not you're able to maintain your relationship is the mark of whether or not it was gonna work in the first place, right? A lot of people think that a relationship should just be that initial stage of, like, happiness and bliss all throughout, when in reality it's not. So they're not prepared for that, which is why so many relationships end up failing. But, you know, when you're in love with someone, you stick around even when these these types of arguments occur, right?
Are we hosting formal garden parties now?
No, but we are going to have friends.
What? Does Frank not remember that they're living in a post-apocalyptic world? What kind of friends are they about to have?
I mean, I want to thank you, even if we don't end up working together.
We are working together.
Oh, so he facilitated their trade agreement, basically. Frank, you fucking usurper. Like, Jesus.
We can help each other and get that gun out of my face.
Mr. Joel, not only selling him, but also threatening him.
We should use codes for the radio in case anyone's listening.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So he's the one who came up with the code too. Frank was really doing the most, wasn't he? Another 3 years? Why do they keep skipping so much time? I want to see something. Is this supposed to be like a reference to part 2 when they have those strawberries? Fuck, what was her name? The Joel killer? Abby? At the end of the game, she and Lev are like, oh yeah, we traded for strawberries and we'll eat some strawberries if we find blah 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 because they're on the boat, right? So is this supposed to be a reference to that? In a post-apocalyptic world, I mean, having some fresh fruit, some strawberries, like that would be mwah. Like, what a moment. That's something you really take for granted in life. They're so cute. They are so cute. Like, I love them. I'm sorry. I'm suspicious of Frank. I'm like really waiting for this to go bad, and like how it goes bad, I really want to know, but like they're so fucking cute. Like these intimate moments between them. I'm getting a little annoyed with like every other scene. They're like 30 years later, a millennia before. Like I hate like time jumps a lot. I hate them. But I also think getting to see these little snapshots of their whole relationship. So far, it's been, 6 years? It's cute. I don't know. I just like to see the post stage 1 type of love.
I was never afraid before you showed up.
Oh, that was an I love you. That was an I love you for sure.
No, not the strawberries.
Intimacy is not all about like just fucking all the time, and I think that it's a shame that that is the idea that is pushed by so much media. Like, yeah, sex is great. If you like it, it's great, but it's not the only thing that matters in creating a relationship that is going to last. If you're having a relationship that's gonna last, eventually you're not gonna be having sex at all. Like, they're really cute, is what I'm trying to say. Why would they just stand there? Like, you see these fucking traps go off and you're just gonna stand there like, what's happening? Like, something is happening.
You can't be here alone.
I'm not alone. You're here.
No.
Oh, he thinks he's gonna die. That's so fucking, like, he thinks he's on his deathbed and his first priority is like, these are the things that I put in place to take care of you when I'm gone. Like, that's so fucking, real love is real love, I'm telling you right now. 10 years? What the fuck? How do you do Outbreak, 4 years, 3 years, 3 years, 10 years? What the fuck is this? What the fuck? So they've been together for 20 years, almost, well, 15 years, basically. And he's old and decrepit now? What? And that's such a beautiful reversal to go from a scene where he's like dying almost, got shot in the stomach, and Frank is taking care of him. And now he's the one in the wheelchair who needs to be wheeled back inside. Honestly though, this has me thinking, Joel and Tess must know that Frank is like not doing well health-wise. So why would Tess think that they would take Ellie? They're not going to take her anywhere. Frank can't go anywhere, so Bill's not gonna go anywhere, right? Was that just her way of like trapping Joel further, like you have to do this, and once he gets there he'll probably be like, oh no, I'll take her off your hand, whatever. Was that just like their way of like trying to rationalize like why we're gonna see Bill and Frank next? How did he get in his wheelchair? Is he like faking it or something? Like, is this his Spike in season 3 moment? Wait, no, that was season 2. That was the latter half of season 2. Is this his Spike in the latter half of season 2 moment where he like gets up and he's like, I'm not crippled, and then he kicks the chair? Like they made him look pretty sinister in this shot. God, they're both so old. Like, jeez.
But I've had more good days with you than with anyone else.
Oh, stop it. Stop. Like, leave me alone. Just let me watch the show. Like, what the fuck?
We'll get married. And you cook a delicious dinner.
It's even more sad because it's like, in the world that they lived in, gay marriage was never legalized. It's not funny, but it's kind of funny. Gay marriage was never legalized in the US. The day you die, you're gonna tell them you want to get married?
Then you will crush all of these up, put them in my wine, and I will fall asleep in your arms.
No. I'm sorry. That's too much. You can't ask someone who loves you to kill you. How can he expect him to do that after he just spent 15 years protecting him? Is this supposed to like mirror the choice that Joel makes at the end? Like, how can you ask him to leave Ellie to die when they've spent all that time together and he loves her?
I can't.
Do you love me?
Don't do that. Don't do that. If you love me, you'll kill me? Like, fuck. I mean, love is about sacrifice. It literally is about making the person you're with as happy as you can, even if it means that you're not happy yourself. That's like what it becomes. Like at a certain point, especially after 15 years of being with somebody, like your life stops and starts with that person. So it's like, how the fuck, how are you, that's too much. It's too much. Oh, they married at the piano where they had their first kiss. Is it supposed to be the same meal that they ate that first night? He can't actually let him do this, right? Like, they're not actually gonna do this, right? There's no fucking way.
Will it be enough?
Will it be enough? Did motherfucker not see that gigantic baggie? Like, yes, it'll be enough, dude. What?
Why are there already pills in the bottle?
Enough to kill a horse.
They're both gonna die now? Why the fuck? If you put the pills in the bottle, but then you put more in his glass? Why? Why do the pretense? Just do it, right?
This isn't the tragic suicide at the end of the play.
Aww. That's a sweet thing to say, because that also does factor into the whole like bury your gays trope where like gay people just always end up having a tragic ending in their romances. This really isn't a tragic ending. They're both old as fuck. Like, they're old as fuck in a post-apocalyptic world, and they've had 15 years of love together. This is pretty much a happy ending. This is like as happy as you could get, right? More than most people would ever think to get. So it isn't the tragic suicide. It's just they're done, you know? Like they did what they did and now they're done.
Oh, I should be furious.
Well, like, how could he be furious when he asked him to do that? Like, what did he expect, really? Like, he just spent 15 years giving his life in service to protect you. Of course this is, like, what he does, right?
Take me to bed.
Fuck off. Fuck off. God damn it. I don't want to see Mary Bartlett crying. I don't want to see that. I feel things with this. Like, a lot of things with this. Oh no, the flowers are wilted. How long have they been dead in there? Like, they're just dead. It does kind of suck that we're not going to get to see Bill and Ellie interact. I understand why they changed it. So much of the Bill Town thing was all action and all gameplay. And this is a show, you know? Like, you can't do most of that stuff without it being boring. Action sequences take like maybe 20 seconds to have like a full action sequence. And after that, it's just kind of like, okay, what are you doing? You can't have that. You have to change it. There's no better way for them to have changed it, if you ask me. Like, really, there's no better way. Obviously, it's not like an exact replica of what happened in the game, but this isn't a game. It's a show, right? So it has to be different. And I think they did a good job.
I used to hate the world, and I was happy when everyone died. I leave you all of my weapons and equipment. Use them to keep...
Aw, use it to keep Tess safe. Tess is dead as fuck. What a reminder of his ultimate failure to protect Tess. Poor Joel. Literally all of his friends are dead. Literally over the course of like these 3 episodes, all of his friends are dead. Oh, well, I guess he doesn't have to look for a battery anymore. He has a truck, a fully working truck.
There's a wall of them.
Why not? Why can't she have a gun? And how do they have that much toilet paper? No one is making new toilet paper. So how did you stockpile 20 years worth of it? Oh boy, she found a gun.
Seatbelt.
Wow, she doesn't even know what a seatbelt is. That's what I was talking about last time with like showing the difference, like the disconnect between like new generations born into this world where they don't have experiences with any of this stuff. Like, she doesn't know what a seatbelt is. That's so interesting. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this shot? They better not. Aw, a little picture of Bill on the side as well. Fuck you. Fuck you guys. Like, what? Well, needless to say, that was a beaut. Oh my fucking god. I agree. That was the best episode so far. It's definitely the most different episode that we've had so far. The fact that they showed like real love over time, because that's what real love is. It's something that becomes real and strong over time. It's not something that happens in just a moment or a year or two. It's something that if you want it to last, it really doesn't have anything to do with romance or sex or anything like that. It has to do with like intimacy. They showed that, and I love that. And the fact that we got to see that through the lens of a gay relationship is like even better, because people are still homophobic assholes, so you know, we have to see it. And I know there's probably going to be a ton of people like, oh, this is so bad, they're pushing an agenda, but no one ever sees it as pushing an agenda when they show straight relationships in any way. But the second it's a gay relationship or someone who belongs to another gender or whatever, it's an agenda. They're pushing an agenda, woke and broke and all that shit. Like, very different again, but I think it worked. Like, they kept the same principle. We're leaving with a battery, we're going to go find Tommy. Like, we did what we set out to do. Very, very sad, but also bittersweet the way that it ended. They got a happy ending, and that's not something that anybody in this world gets, especially when you compare that to Tess, the way that she just died, getting mouth fucked by some fungus. Like, anyway, thank you so much for stopping by, tuning in, watching these 2 episodes of The Last of Us with me. I will see you on another video in the future. Hopefully not 15 years in the future. Peace sign. Bye.